Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Today I have voting video number 27 for you. But before I get into this video's topic, I would like to present you with something real quick that some of you may not have seen before. For some of the newer people who have just become aware of the phenomenon that we're experiencing, that I've been experiencing since March, you need to look at Dolores Cannon's work. Very fascinating. I was drawn to this through my research, trying to figure out what's happening. I wanted you to hear this real quick, and then we'll get into voting video number 27. This would be just, 1 minute here.
See, we're living in a very interesting time right now. We are moving into a new Earth. The old Earth is becoming too polluted, too corrupted, too environmentally unstable, and a new Earth is being created. And what is happening? We are involved in it right now. It started in the year 2003. The vibrations and the frequencies of the old Earth are changing in vibration, and we're moving into another dimension.
I'll have a link to the video down below. It's a 5-minute video, just a segment of an interview she did. She has tons of information online if you want to look her up, Dolores Cannon. She passed away a couple years ago, but there's lots of stuff online. So today I want to discuss Come and Knock on Our Door. We'll be waiting for you. Suzanne Sommers. Yes, Sommers. I remember Sommers. Please thumb this video up if you agree with me and you were conscious in a reality where Suzanne was Sommers with 2 M's. Now I remember this was one of my favorite shows as a kid. I'm sure a lot of it went over my head, 9, 10 years old, but I watched it anyhow, and it was the most popular show in the country, I think, at one point in the early 80s. And so I remember my whole life seeing her name with 2 M's when she was doing her exercise stuff. I mean, I've seen Suzanne throughout my life, and her last name Sommers, and it just comes to me that there were 2 M's and you switched out the U for an O. So her name was the same as summer, winter, summer, spring, and you just switched this letter here, and that was her name. Sommers had 2 M's. Always. Please thumb up if you agree with me. Please thumb this down if you disagree with me. There are so many examples of her name with 2 M's. I found countless numbers of examples. I'll point out some here I found in newspapers. Here's 1989. This is showing, what's coming on television. A guide here. And the funny thing is, sometimes you see it like this. Suzanne Sommers with 2 M's presents Showtime's Triple Crown of Comedy, and then Suzanne Sommers, which is what it is in this reality with 1 M, right here. Now, to have it like this just seems very odd to me. Like, the realities are crossing over right here. I mean, sure, you could say, oh, they just misspelled it here. They didn't type the other M in. Fine, that's fine. That's probably how you'll explain it if you're not experiencing the phenomenon. But there's just so many examples. Now, this one here is incredible. Three's Company had these Topps cards, like baseball cards. And copyright 1978, Three's Company, the ABC Incorporation. You'd think they'd know how to spell Suzanne's name on these trading cards. I would think. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe it's a confabulation or it's just a cognitive illusion. Now, if Dean Matt was watching this, he'd probably say, well, that was a cognitive illusion when they printed out Sommers here, Sommers, is Chrissy, and her card, they're just misremembering as they printed it out on the copyright 1978 Three's Company trading cards here. That's what's going on. But to me and others who feel a part of this wave of energy coming across the planet, there's something big happening, everyone. And most of you listening to this know that. You're part of it. You can feel it. There's big things happening, bigger than us in our little cognitive minds that are just physical. There's something metaphysical happening here, and some people, they just can't handle that. So they're going to come at us from all angles. I was listening to this one preacher recently, last night, and he's saying, this is just a lie. Anyone who believes in this, it's not about believing in anything. You either experience it or you don't. These people that aren't experiencing it, they think, well, you've just been duped. You're believing in something. This Mandela effect. It's just something you believe in. No, it's not something that we're just believing. We feel it. The whole map changed overnight for me. I don't recognize the world map. That's just not a cognitive illusion. I'm just having an illusion of the world map. But my whole house looks the same as always. I walk through my house and I go upstairs in the bedrooms. Everything looks the same in my house. But I'm having a cognitive illusion when I look at the world map for some reason. No, that's not what's happening here. So this is just incredible. There's another one. Where's it at? I think it's this one. No, there's another one of these. Oh, here it is. Stick with me here. I have a lot more examples of worlds crossing over. Here it is, John Ritter and Suzanne Sommers, Sommers. Another trading card that they couldn't even get spelling the name right in this reality. That's because that was the spelling in another reality. And these cards are left over as reality residue. This is what's happening here. A lot of us know this. I wanted to point this out to everyone. So as we move along, we have a glorious year for the Doobie Brothers. Right here at the top, Suzanne Sommers in Scene from Movie. This is 1980. Another 1980 article. Suzanne Sommers and Ritter seem to be the principal beneficiaries of the show's success. Okay, Sommers. That is how I always remember her name. Now you can go find it with one M, and so much of the information over the last 10 years. Now, if you ask Suzanne, she may say my name's always had one M. She may not have any memories. I'm waiting for someone like Suzanne or Tom Hanks or Sally Fields to come out and say they have a memory of the old reality. That would just knock a lot of people off their seats. Okay, so here, two sides of Mel Brooks. You know what we're going to find here. Let's see. There it is. Sommers was the model. Sommers right there. So we move over to actor Ritter. Passed away in 2003. And here again, we're going to see Suzanne Sommers with two M's. Right here, Suzanne Sommers. I could go through hundreds of these, people. There were so many instances where it's the way I remember it in these news articles. Suzanne Sommers, right there. Sommers should forget that thigh master and concentrate on her wardrobe. This was an article about the best dressed and worst dressed. 1978, Lodi News. John Ritter. And once again, Suzanne Sommers. Two M's. It's just on and on. There were so many articles. I can't remember exactly where these are to point them out. Here's another one. I had all these remembered where they were, but you get the point. She's Sommers and all these examples. 1978. Lot in the 70s with two M's. Because that's how her name was spelled. Here it is, Suzanne Sommers. Dick Clark Live. Now, these people are in the business of giving you information of what's coming on television, and you'd think they could spell the woman's name. Well, of course they could, because that was the spelling of her name in another reality. Everything old is new again. Suzanne Sommers, right there. There was one other instance where it was Sommers, and then in the body it was 1M. I find that quite odd. Running out of things to get excited.